All right, guys, I have made a giant mistake. Maybe that's putting it a little far, but as I look back through my videos for this year, I realized that I have made 3 logo videos and only 1 overlay video. What am I even doing here anymore, guys? If you haven't watched those 3 logo videos, I will try to link them down below, but if I do forget, which is very likely, ADHD after all, just go to the channel and find those. But to remedy this problem, what I've decided to do is I'm gonna pick out one of the logos that I made recently. In my very last video, I did a brand that we chat GPT'd and it came up with Nightflare. And so as we thought through that, we came up with 4 different logo concepts. I'm gonna pick one of those, and over the next 3 to 4 videos, we're going to build out a complete fictional brand for Nightflare. In this video, we're going to be building out the camera border that will be used in, the gaming scenes, right? So let's go ahead and take a look at that brand right now. So these were the 3 concepts that I came up with, and I had kind of your traditional gamer, edgier Nightflare with the owl here. Then I had this kind of chess styles. I thought about knight. I thought about kind of like a chess knight, in which case I probably should have spelled it with a K. We're not going to worry about that though. I also went with this kind of cozy streamer vibe of Nightflare and another kind of cozy streamer vibe of Nightflare. As I was going through this, I was thinking about the overlays that I've made previously, and I know that I've never done one in more of like a classical like chess style. So I think we're going to be working with this, but even if this isn't your style that you're going with, I do think there's going to be plenty of takeaways and you'll be able to use these tutorials to implement them in your own brand. So with that said, let's get into it. Does your stream need healing? You've come to the right place. My name is Dr. Heals and I am your content cleric. Around here, we make simple videos just like this to help you level up your stream on a budget. So we're gonna be working in Canva exclusively today. So if you don't already have a Canva Pro account, let me recommend to you today that you go ahead down into the description and use my 30-day free trial. Use it, make whatever you want, and then it's up to you if you want to keep that Canva Pro account. So now that we're at canva.com, if you don't have an account, make one. If you don't have a pro account, hit up the description. Then we're going to go and immediately we're going to create a new document. I'm going to go to custom size, even though I'm just simply making it at my stream resolution, which is 1920 by 1080. But you can essentially make it at any size because it is going to be a webcam border. And so we're going to have a lot of it just transparent, which is also why you need Canva Pro for this, because we are going to export it as a transparent image. Now, if we were going to do a video, we would have to use a green screen and chroma key, which is certainly possible. We've done that on many tutorials on the channel. But for this one, it's going to be a stagnant webcam. So let's go ahead, 1920 by 1080, create new design. One of the things I like to do when I'm creating a webcam is I like to have an image in here to use. Sometimes I'll upload one of my own images and I'll use that. Other times I'll just go down here to photos and I'll type in like streamer, right? And I'll get a random streamer like this. Now, one thing I do want to say is make sure that the image is actually the size that you are going to want your webcam. And so for him, he's not in actually a 16:9 aspect ratio. I can see as I stretch it out, he clearly isn't. So what I'm going to do is oversize it just a little bit like this. And then I'll use this little crop bars here. Let me zoom out a little bit so I can get hold of this one. Drop it down. And now I can grab this corner marker right here. And I know that I am now in a 16:9 ratio. Now, one of the things that I would do if I were creating this completely from scratch is I would just start doing some research, some ideas for the branding. Now, since I already have a logo, I want to go ahead and make sure I copy this logo over so that we can use elements of it. At the very least, we want to use the color palette. So we definitely want to use our black, our gold. We want to bring all that in. So I just created a new page, put the logo here just so I have access to everything, right? So as I'm looking at it, one of the things I want to do is I just want to do a little bit of research in the elements. What elements are actually available? And so for this, since he's a chess player, I'm going to look up chess. But, maybe you're a survival game, so you're going to type in survival and you're going to hit graphics and you're going to see what's in here under survival. We have fires, right? We have flashlights. We have heartbeats, right? Any of this stuff. The torch could work really good. For him, I'm going to go with chess and we're just going to see what is available. And I'm seeing a lot of cool stuff that I really like. Like I could easily grab something like this, bring it into that brand color, which is this kind of gold, classy color. Looks really good. We're gonna keep looking. Okay, I really like this. I'm gonna move this over here. I can already kind of see this taking shape. Maybe something like that, right? Kind of in the corner of the image. And then We copy it, holding down Alt to copy it down here just like this. Yeah, so that's actually looking really good. And the way that we can, remove the excess that we don't want there is same way. We're going to click it. We're going to go here to crop. Then we can drag this up here just like this, kind of to the picture's edge. Drag this one over here like this to the picture edge. There we go. That looks pretty cool, right? Grab this, crop it over. Grab this, crop it down. Right, and we've already kind of created some interesting elements that are, setting it apart and bringing in our branding. Like we're bringing in all of the chess feeling branding. So from here, let's go ahead and give it a border. Now, one thing I did forget to do, I'm going to be careful because if I grab and move, I'm going to move this picture all around, and we don't want to do that. So I'm going to not move it again and right click, go to lock and click lock. Now I can drag all I want and that image isn't going to move. It's going to stay right where it is. So we're just going to go all the way back to the beginning of elements, and I want a square. I always want to go to shapes because when I choose a shape like this, I can actually size it this way, right? I can do a lot more with it than just your basic elements, your basic graphics. So I'm going to fix this perfectly to the size. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to remove the color because I'm actually not going to be using the inside color. I want to create a border, something about like that. And we want to make it the gold. Oh, not that one. This one right here is, so this is our fill. This is our stroke. So our stroke color, we want to be gold. Okay, pretty good. Now let's fix the border. See how the border is not coming all the way to the edge of the image. I will say when you pull this into OBS, this part doesn't matter as much, because you're going to fix your camera to fit the overlay. But for me and my little bit of OCD that I sometimes have, I'm going to fix it. Yeah, see how it's not fitting right there? That bothers me a lot. Okay, and see that little gap right there I have? That is where this is cropped a little bit too much. So one of the things I want to do is I want to adjust the position so I can actually adjust the things that I want to adjust. And so I'm going to go to position and layers. Layer panel is amazing. And I want to drag this right above the image so these two are on top. And now this one is fine. This one needs some tweaking though. Go to my crop tool, and now I have a lot more control because I can actually go all the way, into the middle of the line, and I'm not trying to just go right on the edge of the image. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So now, we're definitely off to the races. We could honestly run just like this, and I would be fine with that. I love a simplistic webcam. I love a minimalistic style, and I definitely think that fits. If I were designing for this particular streamer, if I were hired as the graphic designer for this streamer, I would probably send this just like it is. However, I do realize that some people, most streamers want more information, right? They want more things out there. So we're gonna actually go to elements and we're gonna create sort of like a layer that is going to function as, a information center. I think I might call it like an alert hub. I have a tutorial for how to make something just like this and animate it and do all that fun stuff. But we're just going to put it down here at the bottom, kind of a small square. We're obviously going to make it the same gold color so that it fits into the same branding. I can see that it's not lined up perfectly. We are going to fix that. Maybe it is perfectly. From zoomed out, it did not look. All right, that side is not. Okay, there we go. All right, so what we're doing is we're creating a area that we can have like, a recent subscriber's name or a recent follower's name or a subscriber goal. Really, this is up to you what you want to put here. For this, we are going to add a little bit of branding. So I'm going to come down here to my logo and ungroup it and drag this in a way. And then I'm going to Control C and Control V, paste it over here. Now I'm obviously gonna have to do some editing to the colors, but let's try to get our sizing. Something like that looks pretty good. Okay, now I think I'm going to do the letter itself as white, this as black. I think that'll make it stand out a little bit more. Yeah, just like that. Now you can see we have the white in the background there. That's where, I wanted to eliminate the background. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna position. We're gonna grab this bar. Oh, hold on, this bar right here. That is the up and down bar. I'm gonna grab that bar and I wanna make it gold, and that will kind of make it disappear, just like that. So now we have our logo here. And let's just go to position. That way we can grab everything. And I'm going to Control G to group those. And I think I'm going to scooch this over right here so it fits in this little nook. And there's our little bit of branding. Now let's go ahead and add a separator line. Something like this. I don't know where it popped to. There it is. Make it smaller. Rotate it 90 degrees. Oh, there we go. It's hard to hit 90 degrees. Now let's zoom in. As we're working with these smaller shapes, it's always easier to just zoom in when we're working. We want it to be, hold down shift to hold the angle, hopefully. There we go. I want it to almost fit the size of that bar right there. So let's go in here. It's at 4. Let's bump it to 3, pretty close, right? Okay, again, just a divider bar. Try to center it the best we can. Okay, so now I just need some words out here. And this part we would actually use like Stream Elements or Streamlabs or StreamerBot, whatever you use for your alerts and notifications and stuff. But for now, I'll make it in Canva so we at least have an idea of what it would look like. And if you want a tutorial on how to make this, I think I have a video on it, but if I don't, leave a comment down below and I'll make a new video on how to do it, probably in Stream Elements, as that's what I already use. But we would have in Stream Elements, we'd have it just say, you know, or maybe recent, right? Something like that. Drag it down here. I think we'll probably go with black writing as well. And that font absolutely does not match. So we will go with our font that we've been using, which is Playfair Display for this branding. Perfect. All right, so we will have that one kind of small. Really, that's not the, we want to be the important part is the subscriber's name. And I think that our most recent subscriber is likely username 264. He shows up everywhere, guys. He's everywhere, right? And I went ahead and aligned it to the left so that it doesn't keep jumping over. And then I'm just gonna hold this down, hold down Shift to kind of size this up. And this is exactly how I would make it in Stream Elements. And then I'm going to bold the name and maybe give the name all caps. There we go. And maybe just size all this down just a little bit. You never want things to seem too much. Anytime something feels like too much, it feels very amateurish. So smaller in design is usually better. So we're just gonna alt drag this line back to the middle. And really it's up to us how we wanna do this. We could, here, I'll do it this way. I'll move this one over. I'll copy this. Let's say we actually want to have a spot for our recent follower, right? We want to honor our followers too, not just people paying us money, just people decided to follow the channel and hang out. And then let's center this one, right? Holding Shift, center it right there. Move this line over, hopefully to match this spacing here. And then let's say that we actually have a goal, you know, a subscriber goal. And so then we could set the subscriber goal over here. Let's say we're at 15 of 25 subscribers, right? And so then we could have, you know, that there, maybe size it up, do whatever you want with it, right? Just kind of playing around with stuff now, right? But overall, this is, and this could also do like a kill counter, whatever you want. Do some research, look at some different designs and stuff that you've seen done, get your spacing somewhat right. And yeah, anyway, this is, you know, a very quick rendition. So let me go ahead and show you how to actually put it into OBS and use it. So first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna go to position. We're gonna go find that image that we locked. I wanna right click and unlock that image. And then I want to delete that image. We no longer need you, Tony. He looked like a Tony, probably. All right, so we're gonna hit share, download. Now, let me go ahead and say this before I download this. I'm now downloading the image that is going to OBS. And so if you are doing these in StreamerBot, Stream Elements, Streamlabs, right? Delete those out. Those things don't need to be here. We're going to create those somewhere else and then bring them in as like a browser source, right? And in reality, you could do that with the whole image. I've done that before. Put the whole image in Stream Elements. That actually might be how I do it now. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I set mine up. Put the whole image in Stream Elements and then actually put these in Stream Elements in the location you want them, and then just upload the whole thing as a browser source. That absolutely works as well. Again, if you want a video on that, leave a comment down below to let me know that that's something you guys would like to see. All right, share, download. We are gonna go PNG. We're gonna go transparent background, and you see you do need a pro account for a transparent background. We're gonna not do both pages. All we need is page 1 because that's where our design is. And then I'm just gonna hit download. Now that that's finished downloading, let me open up my OBS tutorial. And this is one we just finished making, but since that tutorial is done, if you wanna see that tutorial, go and check the channel. That should be the last video out. We're just gonna delete everything because we no longer need this image here. There we go. So I'm going to put my camera, say, right here, and we'll set that up in just a moment. One thing I like to do is I like to capture my display. As I play games, I like to do a display capture because I don't always just play games. And so like a window capture and stuff doesn't always work for me. So I would capture my display. I'm not right now because I realize that is, anyway, it messes stuff up. It looks silly. We're not going to do that. So now we're starting with a fresh scene of OBS. I have just my camera in here is all I have. I would have a display capture going, but I don't want to cause OBS a million of those pop up right there. I hate looking at that. And so with my camera here, what I'm going to do is hit the plus sign, go to image, then I will name it something, overlay 2. Hopefully I don't have one of those. Then he'll go to browse and find the image that I just downloaded. For me, it's under my downloads right here, just like that, and hit OK. All right. So now that I have this here, I'm going to size this to fit my webcam, right? Just like this. And as I said, to make it fit your webcam. Oh, my webcam is cropped. That's right. Another tutorial I did had me crop my webcam. I'm going to hold down Alt and uncrop it. just like that. But you see, my webcam's actually a little tall for this. So one thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna right click and go to preview scaling, and we're gonna go canvas. And then we can actually zoom in. Little trick, not many people know this, but now we can actually zoom in and see everything up close. So let me grab my camera. I'm gonna raise my camera up because I wanna be a little closer to the top because I'm kind of short. And so I like to be toward the top, makes me look taller. You guys didn't know I was short. Now you do. Forget you know that. There we go. And just like that is how we would use our webcam. We could group these together just like this. And let me go to my preview scaling, go back to scale to window, and drag this up so you can kind of see what it looks like with my image in it. But just like that, we have a setup custom webcam border. I think it came out looking really, really good. If you enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you ever want to see what I do over on Twitch, make sure you follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/Dr. Heals. I stream pretty late at night. So if you're also a night owl, come by and hang out. But hey, hope you enjoyed it. If you use this tutorial, make sure you post in my Discord what you made. Always love to see what you guys come up with. Anyway, I appreciate you. I'll see you in the next one.